I'm pulling this harness back to the rear servo, the elevator servo. What I have is this original Cessna wire loom of some sort, and I have the old autopilot cable running through it. And there's no way to get into that, so I'm hoping I can use this cable to pull the other one through. So what I do, you run a couple wraps of tape on your cable that you're pulling, that you're going to pull from. Then you add to it the cable you want to pull. And make sure you go down, here's the end of the cable. I want to go past that cable and get a couple wraps beyond it. And I'm going to come up here. I'm going to also fold this tab over so I can undo this easier. Go up to the top, just have a clean shot here. The reason you want to start on this cable first is you want that tape to have something to grip to, and then add the second one. If you put them both together and then tape it, they'll slide apart real easy. So now we want to just feed this in here, and hopefully, like that, it'll go right through. Okay. This cable, this is what TruTrak uses. It's actually a wire loom over individual strands, and it doesn't slide as well as a this is a 6-conductor cable with Teflon coating. It slides much better. I'm going to see if I can keep doing that further on down here. I was afraid of that. Those are going to be too tight. When cutting tie wraps, it's always best if you go perpendicular to the tie wrap and get it between two wires, and make sure that you're not cutting a wire underneath. Okay, here we go. Got to drill a couple more holes. Okay, I've crawled all the way back into the tail of the plane. I need to cut that rectangular hole out for the autopilot actuating arm to stick through. And then somehow I got to mount that plate right there on the other side and drill 3 holes or 6 holes and do a bunch of other stuff from the other side through a normal 4-inch inspection plate. Should be interesting. Alright, I've drilled 4 holes with the unibit. Now I just have to connect the dots. Okay, I'm using it's called a nibbler, little hand nibbler, to work my way along and cut this out. It's a little easier than trying to get a tin snips in there. I taped the plate in place so I can drill it from this side because I can't get a drill in the other side. I did check, and the holes on the ends are symmetrical, so the plate is actually 180 degrees to where it needs to go. I drilled the first 2 holes and bolted it in place so it can't move. Now I have to very carefully make sure I drill perfectly straight to the other 4 holes. Then I have to I have to flip the plate around, put 2 longer bolts in, and transfer the 4 holes to the mounting bracket of the autopilot. One other thing I forgot to mention, make sure you put a tail stand in underneath the tail when you crawl all the way back in here, because you don't want the plane to suddenly flip down its tail and damage something. I'm holding that in place with a C-clamp, and it is 0.613 inches off of this edge right here. Just put a slight line along there, lined it up. I'll drill one, put a cleco in, and add clecos as I go. It's important to clean and deburr after you drill. Don't just rivet straight through the bracket. Alright, we installed the grommet, installed our cable to the torque sensor, and everything else is buttoned up. We just need to get the tools out of here and vacuum up. Make it look all pretty.